this works, this is going to completely revolutionize how we do things. All right, I like the way that sounded, so we're going to stick with this. Hi, my name is Charles Ray Dawson. I'm the Associate Broker Residential Sales Manager at ProStar Realty. This is the Unnamed Real Estate Podcast, episode 282, live from my backyard, or at least recorded on location in my backyard. So, as you can see behind me, we had a little incident this week. Neighbor kid throwing rocks decided to pitch a rock through my window, and so we're getting that replaced. Not really scheduled in my week. And so it is currently, what time is it right now? 8:52. And I'm sitting here waiting for the window replacement people who were going to try to be here at 7:30. But I was told if you can't get there between 7:30, by 7:30, they'll be there sometime between 8 and 8:30. Well, I just got a call from Frank. He says he's on his way out. Yay, team. Except I got a hard stop at noon. So when I respond to him going, hey, you're still going to be able to get it by noon. Well, we're going to try. I'm like, okay, well, I got a hard stop at noon. So, vendors. Let's talk about vendors. All right. Good ones are so hard to find. And good ones will go bad so fast. All right. A lot of it has to do with the people they hire. Company management tries to set a standard for their, I almost said brokerage, for their company. And then because there's just not enough skilled, people skilled in the trades out there who learn how to do things, because they're all convinced by their freaking guidance counselors, oh no, you need to go to college to be successful. All right. We took this entire generation of people who could do things with their hands and decided to stick them into cubicles. All right. So if you have a young child out there, 15, 16, 17, 18, sort of trying to figure out what they do with their life and they really hate school, they are not in a school with a shop class. Get them the hell out of there. All right, put them into a real school where they still teach these things. Let them know that there's a career out there. I mean, holy crap. I just read something this week saying that there's with all of the people in the maritime trades retiring, all right, you can go in 2 years be making six figures sailing the ocean blue. All right. Also something your high school counselor is not going to talk to you about. Why? Well, because your high school counselor is still paying off her student loans, and she's a bitter little troll, and she wants the world filled with bitter little trolls, because that way she won't feel like such a loser. So, anyways, where else are we at? Real estate is real estating. Compass is getting sued for junk fees, and I'm completely on board with that, because I am just amazed as a race to the bottom of these big brokerages where they're trading their clients basically sheep. There's somebody to be sheared. What was that line? God didn't want us to shear him. He wouldn't have made him sheep. So Compass is catching a lawsuit for their junk fees. My news agency, Inmon, got a threatening voicemail or a text message from one of the major brokerages because they wrote an unflattering article about them. And Inmon, the editor, to his deep credit, basically went meep. So I'm okay with that. I think we need a little bit more pushback in this industry, and just in general. All right. It doesn't have to suck. You don't have to put up with the suckitude. Right? So this window incident is really one. It's just entropy, and you guys know about my war against entropy. But the kid who got busted, little 10-year-old girl. I swear to God. Hold on for a second. This is not the one that broke the window, but this is one of the rocks. I mean, this is the size of a good potato. This has got to be, that's about 3 pounds worth of rock. All right. This girl's got a future in softball, all right? But didn't actually make it all the way, I found out in the yard. But she's lobbing these things over a 6-foot fence. Theoretically, I have a theory that she might have had friends, but she fessed up, all right? Which is I was talking to her great-grandfather over there, and she suddenly got really interested in our conversation, and then apparently she confessed to Grandpa. So, hey, good for her. I literally consider this karma, all right? Because when I was a young little dirtbag scuffer, Dad just smiled because he used, that's a term I stole from him. Gee, oh God, the stuff that we did, the damage. I mean, that broken windows theory, or, if you break a window, it increases the GDP. Yeah, I am personally responsible for a good employment of the trades in the various neighborhoods that I grew up in as a kid. So this is just negative karma, all right? I'm just burning this stuff off, and I got a cool rock, all right? A cool rock is almost like having a good stick, all right? So because of my scheduling and everything today, I decided I had to record this way. I'm going to try to do a voiceover on the numbers, get that done. We're just going to roll it up, call it a week. Next week will be better. Just got to get through this week. I've been saying just got to get through this week since May. All right. One of these days, I'm going to be somewhere in the near future. I'm going to be incredibly bored with nothing going on. I won't know what to do with myself, because this is life in real estate. You guys all know the routines. Watch your children and pets around water. Don't drive in anything flooded. I'm going to splice this somewhere. Oh, by the way, I'm getting rid of the city numbers. We're just going to go straight to the numbers. And you know what? I'm just going to flash that on the screen right about here. Okay. So those were the numbers. Watch your children and pets around water. Don't drive in anything flooded. All right, work your circles every day now. You guys have